We're going to talk more about this now with Harold Isaac, who's a journalist based in the capital, Port-au-Prince. Harold, first of all, what's the latest on this attack yesterday?
Well, we still don't have a full picture of the horrific events that happened on Sunday night in the vicinity of Port-au-Prince. But we're talking about dozens of deaths, at least 47 people killed, and it still is an active scene because there's still scores of people kidnapped as it stands right now.
And so why is this village of Kenscoff such a strategic one for the gangs?
Well, listen, this is literally 15 minutes away. It is very close to one of the most affluent areas of the country and has been under constant pressure for the better part of the last year. We are in a dynamic of electoral cycle, at least an attempt to have elections by the end of the year. And clearly, this is sending a challenging message to the authorities and to the international community as to whether or not elections can be held in Haiti in the coming weeks.
So this violence, as we were saying, just comes a few months before there are elections that are scheduled to be held. I mean, just talk to us a bit more about the timing of this attack.
Well, it started at least on Sunday night where gangs stormed this village, Kenscoff, and attacked and killed gruesomely scores of people. This sent shockwaves, although the area was under constant pressure, but it did send shockwaves throughout the country as the horrific events happened, unfolded, almost without warning and without understanding the reason why, they would carry out such an attack at such a time.
Well, let's look forward again, as we were mentioning, these elections that are coming up toward the end of the year. What's the guarantee that security conditions will be put in place to protect the candidates, the voters, the polling stations? Can these elections be secured?
Well, Haiti hasn't had any elections in the last 10 years, and we've been essentially in transition since the assassination of President Jovenel Moise on July 7th of 2021. And as such, this is a big question mark, really, for the legitimate authority, legitimate law enforcement and authorities such as the Haitian police, the Haitian army, but also what they call the GSF, the gang suppressing force, which has been backed by the UN to quell the surge of gang violence in the country. And it really remains unclear whether or not they will be able to respond proportionately to what happened and bring the perpetrators to justice.
As we've been saying, this gang violence has been going on for years. There are international forces who are meant to help there on the ground. Why is it so difficult to get this gang violence under control?
Well, Haiti is awash in arms smuggling, mainly from the U.S., and this has really emboldened local gangs who has gathered in a coalition called the Vivre Ensemble Coalition, and this gang that perpetrated this attack is part of that coalition, and essentially is challenging, the legitimate authorities into their plan to have elections in the coming months. So really, it is a complicated situation. It is very complex as it stands, and nobody really can answer what's to happen in the coming months.
So where do the gangs in Haiti have the most control?
Well, for as it stands right now, the capital is surrounded, is under siege by gangs, and it really makes it a very, very complicated fabric. So as it stands, it's really complicated to get in or out of the capital, Port-au-Prince, and we have essentially to fly in or fly out of the capital, and that makes it a very, very, very difficult situation for a daily commute in the country where they control about 80% of the capital, Port-au-Prince.
Harold, how do average Haitians who aren't linked to gangs deal with this kind of violence on a day-to-day basis?
Well, it's a checkered reality, really. As I stated, 80% of the capital is under gang control, and therefore everybody has to be negotiating in some sort of way, either for products and services to be able to essentially function in the country. So it has been like that for the better part of the last 5 years. And it's unclear with all the, I'd say, the combination of legitimate forces that are trying to quell this violence to change that reality in the near future.
Harold, thanks for sharing all of that with us. Harold Isaac, a journalist based in the Capitol.